you want to play the new Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, but you're on a budget? Then I have the perfect solution for you. For the monsters, I play 2 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Just 2 copies of Blue Eyes, blasphemy I know. But the card is just a brick. If it wasn't for the fact that Bestials are so prevalent in this format, I would consider only playing 1 Blue Eyes. Cause it is really just a blank card in your hand. But with 2 copies, you're safe from Bestials if they were to banish one of them. And there are some situations where you bring out multiple Blue Eyes to attack for game. So in this version I think 2 is fine. Then I play 3 copies of the new girl, Maiden of White. Maiden of White is a retrain on the original Maiden with Eyes of Blue, but her effect is much better than the old one. I will show some combos utilizing this card and what you can do with it, but in my opinion this is what makes the Blue Eyes deck good. Then I play 3 copies of the original starter, Sage with Eyes of Blue. The good thing about Sage is that not only is he a normal summon to start your engine, but you can also discard him to target a monster on the field, particularly the maidens you can get her effect off, and bring out a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. This, along with the field spell Mausoleum of White, means that you very rarely open multiple normal summons you cannot utilize, which is good to make sure your deck is consistent. Then I play 3 copies of the new spell, Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Wishes allows you to search any level 1 light tuner from your deck and a Blue Eyes spell or trap. Additionally, its graveyard effect allows you to easily summon Tyrant Dragon, but the main purpose of Wishes is to be able to extend your plays by searching either the Sage or Maiden. With Wishes or Sage, you can even search cards like Effect Veiler, seeing as this is a level 1 light tuner. So your engine can access non-engine, which is very good for when you open multiple engine pieces, to convert some of them into actual disruptions. Since this deck does not have the Primite cards, I decided we needed some more engine cards. So I'm playing 2 copies of Bingo Machine Go. While this card is very weak to something like Draw and Lockbird, that is just a concession you have to take when you play a budget deck. Bingo Machine mainly searches Wishes, which is usually good enough to get your engine going, and luckily this card is now very cheap thanks to Rarity Collection 2. Then I play just 1 copy of Roar of the Blue-Eyed White Dragons. This is also utilized in your main combo, so you can bring out a Blue Eyes White Dragon, and trigger Maiden of White to bring her back from the grave. But Roar is now a starter on its own, seeing as you can only summon Blue Eyes White Dragon unless you control it, and it's easily searchable in your deck, so you don't need to play more copies. And I play 1 copy of Mausoleum of White. Your new Link 1 can grab this directly from your deck, and it allows you to set up some plays by dumping Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to the grave and then bring it back with Spirit. This card also grants you an additional normal summon for a level 1 light tuner, which is quite good in this deck. Then I play 1 copy of True Light. This card has some key effects for your deck, but be aware that if this goes to your graveyard, your field gets nuked. So if a card like Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit picks up in play, just make sure to play around it, as often as you can. And for the last Blue Eyes card in the main deck, I am playing 1 copy of Majesty of the White Dragons. The ritual effect of this card is not very prevalent, but the fact that you can pop your opponent's cards can be quite nice. I think the Blue Eyes deck needs another engine. The combos by themselves are often not powerful enough, and you would like some more ways to play. Aside from the Primite cards, something you can do is play the new Kaiser Seahorse. This is a good starter for a deck, but it plays into the same game plan of just doing the Blue Eyes things, which again can be a bit underwhelming. Or you can play a larger Bestial package, with Lebellion and Regained. But aside from searching the Neo Kaiser Seahorse, Magnumbutt's not very effective at getting you to engine, and you can only make Spirit with a level 4 or lower Dragon or Spellcaster type monster. Another thing you can do in this deck is to play the Fiendsmith engine. The Fiendsmith are of course very good on their own, and an Engraver along with Sage or Maiden allows you to do some nifty plays with Ancient Fairy Dragon. But for this budget deck I'm not including the Fiendsmiths. So I decided to play an Invoked engine consisting of 3 Aleister, 1 Meltdown and 1 Invocation. The reason why I'm playing the Invoked cards in this deck is because you can make Spirit with a Spellcaster. All the Blue Eyes cards are light monsters, so you can easily make a Mekaba with Aleister. And the Aleister being a Spellcaster that you get back to your hand for free is pretty cool for 1 combo. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Secret Village. Secret Village of the Spellcasters is a very good floodgate you can search in your combo, and protects your board from any board breaker your opponent may have. And for the non-engine, this deck can play quite a lot. Starting off, I have 3 copies of Nibiru, the Primal Being. Nib is an all-around good hand trap, and is included in the structure deck, so it's quite easily accessible. Then I have 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Ash is also included in the structure deck and can help you negate your opponent's Mulch armies, and is an all-around good hand trap, particularly for a locals metagame. 2 copies of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. Ghost Ogre is good against Ryseal Duo Drive and can hit True Light in the mirror match. Ghost Ogre has plenty of reprints, you can easily pick them up under $1. Since we're not playing any of the Mulcharmies, we can easily play Droll and Lockbird, as there is no confliction with it in a Mulcharmy. Droll also got a reprint in Rare to Collection, so it's very easy to get a playset. And it's quite a good card if people are playing the Mitsurugi Riceal deck. Then I'm playing 3 copies of Effect Veiler. As we talked about before, Veiler is searchable in your combo, and you can even use this to make Spirit. Veiler and Infinite Impermanence are great effect negation cards, both of which also came in this structure deck. However, if you do happen to own any of the Mulcharmy cards, I would definitely include them in this deck. If you have Fuvalos, I would main it. If you have Perulia, I would side it. And if you have Meowls, I would probably just side it, but that depends on your local metagame. In case there's a lot of Fiendsmith variants, I could see myself main decking this card. But the Perulia is definitely a card you want in the side deck. While Fuvalos is good against everything, so you can easily just main it. And for the extra deck, I'm playing 2 copies of Spirit with Eyes of Blue. This is both a card you use early in your combo to get your field spell, but also later to bring back a Blue Eyes White Dragon, so I felt 2 is a perfect ratio. Then I'm playing 1 copy of Hieratic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Hieratic Seal is a good end piece if you happen to have additional dragon type bodies you can link off into Hieratic Seal. Depending on your local metagame, you can even side deck something like the Amorphage Sloth, or Goliath, or even Quackamator Drago, which is a floodgate you can summon off of the seal. Then, since this is a light deck, I'm playing 1 copy of Lina, the Light Charmer. Lina is good against Rai Seal because you can take their detonator and use its effect to attach from your grave. And if people want to play Blue Eyes, you can take their Blue Eyes monsters with this. For the synchros, 1 copy of Ancient Fairy Dragon. AFD is used in the combo that I do to put up a Secret Village turn 1. And you can also use this to search Meltdown to access your Invoked engine. 1 copy of Lightstorm Dragon. This card is a pop 2 or maybe even 3 against decks like Labyrinth, so it's a very good card to have to summon off Spirit to beat their trap cards. 1 copy of Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon. There are times you make AFD and you use its effect to summon a level 1 tuner from your hand, and then you can go into Crystal Wing immediately. Crystal Wing is also a good out to a Chaos Angel made with purely light monsters, seeing as you can just attack over it. 1 copy of Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. 2 copies of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. 1 copy of the new Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. 2 copies of Invoked Mechaba. I'm not playing any other Invoked extra deck cards, I think Mechaba is enough. You could argue playing Agodes, but I don't think there's space for that in the extra deck. 1 copy of Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon. You could play 2 of this. It is certainly something that could come up in grind games. And 1 copy of Neo, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. For the side deck, I have 2 copies of Ghost Bell. Bell is pretty good against Malice to either use on their GWC06, or their White Binder effect to banish from the grave. Or if you think they're out of place, you can use this on their field spell to shut off its summon. Then I'm siding 2 Bestials, 3 copies of Artifact Lancia, 1 Call by the Grave, 1 Necro Valley. Against Fiendsmith decks, you can search Necro Valley off of AFD instead of Secret Village to shut them out of their place, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 2 copies of Lightning Storm, and 3 Solemn Strike. If you enjoy my content, make sure to also subscribe to my second channel, linked in the description box down below. There I'll be posting more personalized and exclusive content.